What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I'll be showing y'all how to set up the best run defense in Madden 21. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn post notifications on. Now, before I do this video, I should mention also that when I say set up the best run defense, I mean as far as safeties go. So you know you can kind of put your safety in a spy, you can put your safety in a purple, or you can put your safety in a hook curl, or there's a lot of different variations you can do with your safety, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I like to scheme my safeties to where I'm utilizing them the most effective way. So let's go and dive into this. So right here we got big nickel over G. Now, like I said, you can do this out of any defense. I'm just using this as an example because we all know that big nickel over G actually plays really great against the run. And I'm gonna show you, a couple things I like to do. Now, I could do this out of 2-4-5. I could do this out of 3-3-5 odd. I could do this out of 2-4-5. So anything where I have two safeties in the game, you can do this. So just know you can use this for anything as far as even 2-3-6 Sam. There's just whatever you want as a run defense. This is universal. So I'm just using big nickel G just because. Now I have safeties in at linebackers. Y'all know I love safeties at linebackers, so that's why I have two safeties right here. And this is just how I do my Texas lineup. If y'all were just curious, if some of y'all might run Texas on regs, I'm not sure. So this is exactly how I would run it. So anyways, first, I'm going to talk about not doing any zone drops. Then I'm going to show you why you should actually have a zone drop set at 5 yards. And I'll explain that whenever I'm ready to get to it. So right now, I just want you to see there are no zone drops. Nothing like that. Nothing else is zone. So let's go back to big nickel. And then I'm actually going to do this out of man coverage. So I'm going to go to cover 2 man because that's the most popular run defense. Now, I'm actually going to use a formation that most people do run wing slot. And the reason I'm using this one is because they have the stretch alert bubble. And they also have halfback dive, which are two of the most common run plays that you will see. And it'll basically serve as a great example of why I like this setup that I'm going to show you. So let's go to stretch alert bubble at first. So this is what the play looks like, of course. Now defense, just for y'all that don't know, some common run defense, you just press, and I like to pinch my line and crash them up just like this. And then I like to use this linebacker to the 2 receiver side, and that's with most plays. So wherever the RPO is going to happen, I like using that side linebacker, and you'll see why that's important here in a little bit. But first of all, this is what typically most people would do. So typically most people would just do this right here and they'll call over the top. Now this is fine, but there's a lot better ways that you can do this. So for example, you're gonna see the stretch alert. So I want you to watch the safety on the left side. So we're actually gonna run with our user, go over there, and okay, cool. So I wanted you to watch how the safeties play with the spies. And most people will do this because it's great to run. But the thing I don't like is that you're kind of susceptible in the pass game, and I'll explain that here in a second. So let's take a look at how he reacts. Actually, I'll take a look from this angle. So watch both safeties right here. So you see how he's actually gonna come down in this gap, and he doesn't go as fast as he can, and I'll explain what that means here in a second, but he does get down there pretty fast. And also this safety right here, we have a great backside pursuit play, and then since it's man coverage, most of the time they are going to play that. They actually did fix that, I believe, so most of the time they will play that. So again, I really like that setup, but it's just kind of weak against the pass. So, Real, what do you mean by it's weak against the pass? So let's say they did pass the ball, right? So let's go to 4 verticals, and I don't know, let's just say they did a setup like this, where they had a drag. Can I put X on the drag? There we go. So let's say they had like a drag and a slant combo, right? And let's just say they, left the running back alone. Now, the reason that I don't like this setup is because if they pass the ball, then you're gonna have 2 people playing in the same exact spot, and I'll show you what I mean here. So let's say maybe we had to go run with the streak or something. So you see how both of them are playing on the running back? To me personally, I don't like that. And then there's a way that you can actually have great run defense and be okay in the pass game without putting spies. So I'm gonna get into that right now, actually. So my preferred setup is honestly whatever side you think the RPO is going to happen to. Whatever side you think the stretch is going to happen to, either put him in a purple or put him in a hook curl. So I'm going to show you how that purple plays. So the purple is going to play pretty much, he's going to actually contain outside. And so normally he's actually going to drive down, but if he doesn't, then that's completely fine. But there's actually another setup that I do like. I just wanted to show you that you can put a purple, and if they run an RPO type, I like putting a purple in a spy. So if the stretch is happening to the right side, then I like that purple out there, and I like having my spy, because that spy, as you know, is going to come fill that backside lane. So you'll see what I mean here in a second, to where it kind of just contains it. So you see right there how he kind of stutter steps. Now there is a way to make him fly down even faster, and I'm going to get into that right after I show you the replay, what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and dive into this replay. So I like the purples if I feel they may pass, and I want somebody on the outside, then I'll put a purple, because the purple's first thing he's going to do is he's going to go outside. But you see how he kind of goes out here and shuffles, I want him to go down faster, and there is a way to make him go down faster. I'm going to get into that in a second. I promise I am. Now I want you to pay attention to this safety. So I like spying the opposite side safety. So the one who's on the bubble side, I like spying him, and the reason I like spying him is because he does a great job of taking away the cutback. So the running back can't just go and then try to like cut back this way, which most people try to do, and then your user actually gonna be outside, so you'll be able to contain it fairly well. But I know you're probably thinking, real, you know, what's this other setup? So what I like to do is actually take this guy right here, and I like to put him in a hook curl. So this is good, and I like this setup right here. So for me, run defense wise, if I think the RPO is going to happen, I like having my hooks right here, and then my spy on this side to the opposite side. So, and also you actually want to zone drop this hook curl, and I'm gonna show you why you want to right now actually. So this is not zone drop. This hook curl right there is not zone drop, and watch how he plays. So you see how he kind of just stands there and kind of does nothing. It's like he's reading, and then it's like, oh, I need to actually go attack the run. There's gonna be a way for us to set it up to where he's actually gonna fly down immediately, and this is what all you have to do. So if you believe they're gonna run a ball, I want you to go down here to hook curls and set them to 5. Now I'm gonna show you what it looks like with the curl flats to 5, and you'll see how it reacts better. Now sometimes it's better on 0, sometimes better on 5, and honestly it just depends on, I think, which if you're on all Madden or all pro, which I don't know the specifics behind it, but I could definitely kind of look into it if that's something that y'all are curious about. So you want to set both of these to 5, or whichever one you think you're going to use. So if you don't plan on using curl flats, then just leave it on default and put hook curls on 5. But just for the video purposes, I'm putting both of them, so I have to keep flipping back and forth. So let's go back to Big Nick over G. Let's go to man, and then let's go back to this very next thing. And don't worry, I'll be showing you halfback dive and everything. I'm just using stretch alert because this is universal. This works against any stretch alert. So it's not just to this specific formation, it's anyone. So maybe any single back, maybe any I form stretch alerts, it'll work against all of them. So I like pinching my line, crashing them up, and then now pay attention to how this plays. So we're doing the same exact setup again, and you're gonna notice exactly how fast he comes down. You see how he comes down immediately? Like last time it was kind of delayed. He kind of was like, well, I'm gonna wait a second, but this time it was immediate. And that's why I said you want to use this, because to me they actually do a better job in the pass game as well, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. So see, as soon as the ball snap, he's flying down, and then as soon as the ball snap, what, my safety's coming to fill his backside. So essentially you almost don't have nothing to do with your user because everybody's just already coming down. We have the RPO taken care of. Like I said, I'm gonna show you the I'm gonna show you the dive and all that in a second. But just look at how fast he comes down. Now I'm gonna run it one more time, but I'm not gonna go into replay, just so you know that it's not fluke or it's, you know, I accidentally show Blitz. All right, let's go. Here we go. Crash your line. Now you don't have to crash your line, it's optional, but I think it works better that way. So let me again show you that. Just look how fast he comes down. And a lot of times nobody's actually going to block him in any single back, and if they're in any type of fullback set, then the fullback could pick him up most of the time, and so you'll just have to make that contained tackle out there. So now let me talk about the pass game. So the reason I like this better than the pass game, so let's say we did the same combo with like a slant and then taking X and putting them on a drag, they'll actually be able to play that slant a little better, and it just won't be so much of a like easy read, because you won't have two people playing in the same exact spot as you would with the spy. So again, let me show you this. Let's say, I don't know, maybe we had to go run with something, maybe we wanted to run with that drag, and look exactly how long he followed that slant. So that's why I said I really like him at 5. Now if you put him at 0, he just gets down there way too fast. I don't like 0, so I don't want to show it, but just make sure you go look at it. But I don't really like it at 0. So again, let's take a look at him and just see why exactly. So you see how he flies down. Now the spy, so pay attention how both of them play. So if I had him in the spy, he would do the same thing right here. He would just kind of come down there and he'll just sit right there. So you see how he's kind of playing nothing because he's a spy. Then essentially we get a +1 in the coverage because he actually does something. You see how he comes down right here and he actually kind of gets in the way of that slant, and then he actually gravitates right here to the running back. So he almost does the same thing as a spy, but he plays it a little better. So that's why I kind of like using that. So one thing I do want to show you again is actually the purple. So I didn't get to show the purple. And you can also do something like this as well, to where you have the same exact effect. So let me show you this one right here. So you see how we run, and then you see how he comes down. But the only thing with the hook curl is he's not going to play that backside as hard as the spy will. And I'm going to show you that here real quick, and then I'm going to get into some other things I need to talk about. Then that'll be the video, I promise. So right here, what I wanted to tell you is I put him in hook curl this time. So you see how he doesn't play the backside. So remember how the spy, he flew immediately down. So that's why I like to put the spy on the opposite side. Now if I put him in the purple, he would just go this way automatically and would just stay that way. But that's why I personally like using the spy to the opposite side of the stretch. So you might be thinking, real, okay, what about the dive, you know? So again, let's say we thought the stretch was coming, so maybe we put him in a hook curl, then maybe we put him in a spy just like this. So this is my preferred setup right here. So For I don't like spying both of them. I like doing just like this. And then let's go and blitz our user. And now let's go and say they run dive, right? So then boom, let's say we run the ball. Okay, we fill the gap, and just look at how they fill the gap. That's why I really love that hook curl. It's one of the most slept on things in Madden. It's something that not a lot of people are using. So again, I'm gonna show you that real quick and replay. Then I'm gonna show you a couple more times. Then that'll be the video right there. So again, just take a look. I'm actually gonna keep it right here. So take a look. So look at how both of them fly down. You would think that both of them are in the spy, just because look how they both react the same way, and look how they come down and fill that hole right there. So that's one of the things that I like to do as well. Now, if you wanted to get a little risky, you could technically go to something like a how do I want to do this? You could technically go something like to a cover 3 shell. Not cover 3. You want to do something where you keep 2 high. So I would say any type of match coverage you can do this with too. But you just, since you got zone drops on, they actually won't be matching, which is actually a plus for us. So let's go to something like cover 4 palms. Now this is if you kind of want to get a little risky, but you know that they might pass the ball. So again, I'm gonna show you that here. So what I would personally do is I'm gonna take a look. So you see how both our safeties on run fits? That means that this will work. So just take him and put him in a put him in a spy, take him, put him right this, and now if they pass the ball, you just have to know yourself that you have deep. Now this is just something I'm just playing around with because he's not gonna match anybody, he's not gonna match anybody. So this is if you wanted some zone coverage out there, but you wanted good run defense as well, and I'll show you that right here. So let's say we do go and we shoot the gap right there, and it's the same exact principle. So the reason, like I said, I was just kind of doing that is just so you can see that you can kind of play zones, but make your safeties play the run a whole lot better. Because you see how now well actually right there he actually didn't fly down. So maybe you only can do it in man coverage. I don't know, maybe it was just a little glitch thing, but normally they'll just fly straight down. But it does work the best in man coverage. I was kind of just experimenting right there. Because I know in game, at least in game, I was able to have the same effect. So I'm not sure about that. But let's try it right here again. Then after that, that'll be the video. But this is the preferred. Oh, that's why I might have not put him in the right thing. Okay, so there we go right here. And then we'll see right here though. We'll see. So normally he should fly down. Okay, so make sure you only do this in man coverage. Or if you want to do it in zones, just kind of mix it up. Because as you can tell, it works way better in man. So let's go to man coverage right here. And then like I said, this is just the last thing before I end the video. I just actually wanted to see, can you actually mix it with zones? So as an answer, no. What I recommend, if you want to play zones, then just individually put people in zones. So just do something, you know, like this. Or if you wanted a man up circle like that so you don't get beat on the streak. And then maybe you wanted to take circle, put him in a cloud flat. Then maybe you wanted to take X and then put him, you know, in the middle third if you wanted to, which I wouldn't suggest because that would be terrible against a run. So a real coverage, I'll put him, let's say you just wanted to put him in a purple or something, you know, like maybe you wanted to do a shell that looked like this, and now you'll just be responsible for the deep middle. Or if you wanted to put him like that, and you'll really be responsible for deep middle. But I suggest leaving him in the spy just because you're gonna have better run defense. But yeah, so you can have literally just something that looks like this, and then let's say they, I don't know, ran dive, and you notice how the safeties just shoot down. So yeah, my preferred thing I would say is if you want to play any type of zone coverage, do it out of cover 2 man, because as you can tell right now, it just works the absolute best. So like I said, you could just do like a, you know, basically that's the shell I would use pretty much, just like this, because anything else just doesn't make sense to me. Or you could take him and put him like this, and then you can have a cover shell that looks just like this, to where now we have something deep, we have something out there in the flats, and we're good like this. And then let's say they just try to run, you know, stretch, and then look at how our safety flies down. As long as your user doesn't fall like mine did, you'll be straight. So anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Just as a quick little you know, final message. So you can either run it like this, or you can run it like this, or you can run it like this, or you know, you can run it like this right here if you wanted to, where you right here, so where you flip them, so maybe they came and, you know, let's say they flip the play, right? So then now we could just run it just like this. User this guy because we want to use it a linebacker to the 2 receiver side, you know, go and snap the ball, and look at how fast they fly down, just so y'all can see that it does work. It's universal setup, but I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time because I like to go in detail with everything, and this video is already a little too long. But anyways, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Rage Real, and I'm out.